Yes, it is tomorrow. The finale will be tomorrow, June 2nd. At long last. Long have we waited. Welcome by the way, Towie Nerve. How's it going? How you guys doing? Vasto Lord, hello there. Some dude. Hello? Is that some dude for God? For God? Some dude for God. There we go. Man, my reading skills just go out the window when everything is just all one word. Hope you guys are doing good. Hey, what's up, Zensfoy? Hello, hello. Best bring up Twitch chat. Hey, what's up, NG? Would be epic if we won't get the whole 7.0 story in a single update. Don't tempt them. Don't tempt them. Because knowing them, they would do some weird shit like that. They've probably already written it down. Alright. So I am progressing with the story on my Jedi Knight so that I've got at least 2 characters ready for the finale tomorrow. Because that's literally the worst part about getting ready for new story and new expansions and stuff, right? It's just getting caught up and having characters actually ready to go through the content. Especially when they don't provide a good enough skip through the story, right? But yeah, at the minute we are on the Master's Enigma, which is Darth Nul's ship that Darth Jadis has taken over. About to do those conversations and stuff. Oh, I think we actually already did that conversation. Yeah, so we have to go do the thing. The thingamabob. Stealth. This is not the right way. Is this the right way? I actually don't really remember. What the hell? Just a whole sewerage system? Almost far? Wait, almost far what? Almost 4 characters? Is that what you're saying? This is what I get for logging out mid-progress. Now I'm like, alright, where do I go? This way. This way. This way. Okay. I think I need both hands for this. Put my drink down. I need to climb over or something? I don't really remember what I'm doing here. We'll try climbing. Nope. No, we won't, because we can't climb. Literally cannot climb. Alright. We were here at the beginning, and now we'll see how it ends. Yeah. I have a feeling it's going to be like a proper finale as well, you know? Do I need to go through here? Ooh, secret tunnel. Aha. 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 We made it. The new story will only be only an 8.0, which is supposed to be the so kind of have to live. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. I think 8.0 is supposed to be this year, though. I don't think it's supposed to be next year. Alright, I'm here. I'm exploring. Mission update, please. No mission update? We just kill some stuff, maybe? Darth Cephas, hello. Yeah, I don't think we have an estimated time, but 1 to 2 hours seems pretty reasonable, to be fair. So, I mean, if that's like 1 to 2 hours straight just for the story content, then that's pretty much on par with what they would normally do. Yeah, 8.0 is definitely this year, I think. We're actually Legacy of the Sith came out February 2022. Been in the story for 4 years. True. Very true. That's something I think about a lot. We once had about 3 or 4 expansions in the same time frame. Something in here, maybe?
This place seems beyond help. Everything either wants to kill us, poison us, or both.
Okay. What could have been if they didn't choose the garbage hero engine? Well, we're getting an engine upgrade very soon, so I guess we're going to find out what could have been. At least to some extent. Yeah, no, that's fair enough, Darth Cephas. I get your feelings. I understand. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the new upgrade does for the engine. You know, is that going to be a huge performance uplift? Is it going to be a nothing burger and everybody just gets worse FPS instead? Man, that would suck. Jim Jimage, just got your legendary status. Nice one. Congratulations. Welcome to the club. You're a little late to the party, but there is still a seat available, so you may take a seat. Well, I can't get up here, can I? That's not going to work. If Swtor won't be there for the finale, then what's the point of even having her alive at this point? All of the other OG trailers. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. It's so easy to forget about Swtor, right? Like, I don't even play the Republic side often, but Swtor doesn't seem to be in it very much. But I wonder if that's because she's played by Jennifer Hale, though, right? Can anybody actually afford Jennifer Hale these days? Because she's a really high-profile voice actress now. Okay, I don't see any more hidden passages. Missing a gate somewhere. Oh, it's annoying that I can't mount up in here. Where's the third gate? It's got to be in here somewhere, right? The mighty fired one. Hello. Yeah, I agree with that. It's something I asked Eric Musco directly before now. Like, why don't we ever see classes get improved? They're just the same every time an expansion rolls around. There's really no change to the classes. And it would just be nice to see, you know, the playstyle mixed up a little bit every now and then. I've already been here, haven't I? I can't get up here, though. How am I struggling? What is going on here? Where is the door? So this is what happens when you put a random forest in the middle of your starship. Everybody gets lost. Oh my god, these things, they have collision? I'm getting stuck in them. What the hell? These things have collision on them. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Damn. Am I going through here? I am not going through here. Okay. Hey, what's up, my web? How you doing? Welcome in, my friend. Okay, let's go through... Wait, no. Go back to the main building. I read at the player's current power, we could easily just kill the entire Dark Council and Jedi Council if it ever ended in a 1 versus both councils. I think yes. I think in the player's head, we should be able to do that. But because we've become so powerful, it's made it hard for the writers to make enemies a threat to us. So, ever since the end of Knights of the Eternal Throne, we've basically been nerfed. We've been nerfed metaphorically and physically, right? Like, we had the Eternal Fleet taken away from us. And, you know, for example, when you face Darth Jadis, I'm trying not to spoil too much here, but when you reface Darth Jadis, he just kind of laughs at you, makes fun of you, and toys with you a little bit. So, yeah, the power scaling is weird in terms of writing, but in the player's head, and just in terms of how the story has panned out over the past, we should be able to just kill everyone. Like, just by looking at them.
What are you doing? I cannot allow you to endanger this environment.
Yeah, the tearing is down a bit. Alright, now I've got to go back. Lovely. Since I'm living in Iran, I won't throw an actual war, but I'm really excited to see Jadis again. Ah, dude. Dude, that's rough to hear. Like, I hope you're okay, man. I hope you're okay. I've seen some devastating footage of Iran, and it does not look fun. It does not look pleasant. And I feel for you. I genuinely do. I think we're just going to get slightly improved combat and better in-game cinematics with DirectX 12. That's like, that should be the worst case scenario, right? Should be. This thing wants me to cull plants in the lagoon, but... Where are the plants? Let's go this way. Anything here? Anything clickable? Why am I not seeing anything clickable? Did an 80-day internet shutdown? Damn. Dude, I go insane 10 minutes without internet. I cannot imagine 80 days. That's insane. Harvest hives. Okay, so the mission updated. That's annoying that it didn't do it until just now. Weird. 7.9 is releasing tomorrow? Yes, it is. Remember when Lana can just execute 2 dark... Yes! Yeah, I remember that. Absolutely love that cutscene. And I love that Darth Vowron can be in that cutscene as well. And you just murder Darth Vowron. Ah, so good. So good. Like, I'm not a huge Lana Beniko fan or anything, but that was... Yeah, that was good. Yeah, so they announced a delay a couple of days ago. And then immediately the day after, they were like, oh yeah, it's coming on June 2nd. It's going to be ready. And we were like, okay, no problem. We'll take it. Hey, what's up, Perfect? Op Madman, I see you in Twitch chat. Unreal Unknown, hello, hello, hello. There are mushrooms hanging under the tree. Man, I should have read the Twitch chat sooner. I wouldn't have been looking around for so long. I appreciate you trying to help though. I promise you I've done this before. There isn't any here though. Aha. Missed one. I don't think that is a hot take, the effect. I think it makes sense. Because Vowron is the most senior Sith. You know? And from what I understand in the lore, Vowron actually backed Darth Vader. Like, Vowron didn't want to take the throne. Like, he understood that being on the throne would make you a target or something. And therefore, he backed Darth Vader's claim. How are the new Cartel Market armors that they've added? They've done some more inspired stuff, like for the Darth Maul series, for example.
Progress is being made.
Yeah, the Shadow Lord stuff. But to be honest, I'm not a huge fan. Not a huge fan. And the reason that I'm not a huge fan is because it is platinum items. And I dislike platinum items in this game. Because they're too damn expensive. I mean, if you zoom in, it looks kind of nice, I suppose. Don't know what this horned crown thing is about. I guess to make you look like a Zabrak, but I think it just looks a bit stupid, to be honest. A metal crown like that. Oh. Can't go this way. Can't go that way. Alright, I'm gonna know the full layout of this ship by the end of this. Search the observatory for a way to heal the Tukada. Okay, so is that back at the main building? Can't believe Kashyyyk still isn't in this game. I can't believe that either. They are going to bring Ryloth into the game, though. So that'll be interesting. That's coming with the next expansion. Putty cat, please move. Thank you. Bloody putty cat. Jumping all over me. Right, now I've got to go find that other place. We'll go through here. He had a crown in the TV shows. Wait, Darth Maul had a crown? When did Darth Maul have a crown? What TV show did I miss? Do we now know exactly what Malik's plan is? I did watch the new trailer, but this dude is still like, I'm gonna show you something you haven't seen. We mostly figured out what he's doing, I guess, in a way. They're still being very vague. Like, they're still talking in like dark side linguistics. So like, you know, galaxy in flames and the end is nigh and chaos, and so there is still like an element of vagueness to it, but basically we know that they are going to use Darth Maul's machine with the holocron to cause some type of catastrophe. And apparently it's something to do with awakening force powers in other people. Oh, actually, something that I vaguely noticed. Vaguely noticed, I say. Let me take you to YouTube a minute. So, Disorder trailer, Star Wars The Old Republic. Okay, so this is interesting. We know that the machine awakens force powers, right? And in the Disorder trailer, we see Sahar and her brother. And her brother was not taken by the Jedi because he had no force power. But Sahar did, therefore she was taken. We know that, right? So, during the cinematic, what does Sahar do? She enters the machine. Watch this.
Sahar? Is that you?
Okay, so when she enters the machine, she immediately starts thinking about her brother, right? So if the machine awakens force powers in people, and Sahar is thinking about her brother while in the machine, while it's activated, what is the logical outcome? The logical outcome is that it awakens the force in her brother. And we actually see that to be true, because when you play through the game and the expansion, her brother uses the force on multiple occasions. Whereas before, he was refused to be trained because he didn't have any force power. Yeah, I think that was perhaps some of the implication, that he just wasn't as strong, which could also be true. He uses it in the trailer too. Does he use it in the trailer too? Is that near the start? Where does he use it?
Focus, son.
Where did, at the end? Oh yes, he tears the toy apart with difficult. Yeah, okay, I do recall that. I do recall that. Even still, I do think that I'm onto something there, because when you're playing the game, he moves the data pad, and then later on he actually full-on grabs Sahar with the Force. Like, full-on grabs him.
We can end this destructive conflict and bring order to the galaxy.
Hey, Odie. Appreciate that raid. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed your raiding session with Badface. Hope it didn't cause you too much trouble. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, well, anyways. I thought I was onto something. Maybe not onto something as much as I thought, but I thought that was interesting nonetheless. I almost wish they hadn't shown him using any Force powers, because then it would actually make sense, right? Calm down, Vader. Telling Vader to calm down. Yeah, that's I wouldn't recommend trying that. He is great, but he's also a troublemaker. Yeah, Bedface is great. He's awesome. Hey, what's up, Chaos Lan? Sorry, guys, I will try to keep up with the Twitch chat. Maul did not have a crown. I was commenting on the armor piece itself. Wait, you didn't... I don't think it was you that said Maul had a crown effect. I think it was somebody in YouTube chat. Maybe Pharaoh Shan gets Force powers. That would be interesting. Little power, not no power. Yeah, that seems to be the accurate way of putting it. Not no Force power, just a little Force power. What do you mean 0%? I just clicked it. I clicked it and it didn't make any progress at all. What the hell? Oh, is the little robot doing it? Yeah, I remember this now. Little robot's gonna come and clear it. You want Tenebrous scars? Oh, yeah, like the way that he has his ritual inscribed on his flesh. Dude, it looks so good. I wish we could have that as a character customization. The robot is slow is an understatement. See? Understatement. It's still going. Do I need to re-click stuff? I'm gonna have to re-click them, aren't I? Because I have to wait for the freaking job. What the hell kind of objective is this? How can the most powerful Jedi of all eras have no connection to the Force? I've never understood that. Because the Force works in mysterious ways. This place is so pretty, I still did not play as content. Is it fun or just pretty? I think it has an element of fun to it. But it also has this huge element of tediousness. Kind of reminds me of the Knights of the Eternal Throne days. Where you would look forward to new story coming out, but then the new story would just be all these bullshit objectives. Aren't necessarily interesting. But I think maybe it's a little bit better than that. Maybe a little bit. I might be being a little bit harsh. The Empire could make their entire foot soldiers into Sith. So will the Jedi. Yes, however, kind of what they're talking about is if everybody... Right, let me put it this way. Darth Bane put it best.
But what I created...
If all are equal, none are strong. So if everybody has Force powers and everybody is special, then that means nobody is special. It also means that everybody is a threat, really, in a way. So it does tip the scale of power balancing in the galaxy. Because if everyone's a Force user, then there's no point in Jedi and there's no point in Sith. It's just everyone being a Force user. Unless of course everybody just becomes a Sith. which is what I would do, personally. But, yeah, to put it best, as Darth Bane once said, if all are equal, then none are strong. So if everybody was to use the Force, it would kind of relate to that a bit, I think. It wouldn't be good. Darth Bane's rule was also the weakest. Whoa! 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 It's a little early to be blaspheming in the chat. Okay. Not a fan of the rule of 2, I take it. Facts? Oh, guys. We're gonna fall out. Blasphemers.
The biome's natural balance, its true balance, has been restored through your efforts. Inflexible concepts of order forced upon any society or system may harm more than they help. I have much to process.
Hey, appreciate that, Trekkie.
My analysis is complete. I will take these findings, along with my data from the previous biome, with me to the Enigma's mainframe. If you have need of further information, ask. Otherwise, you are free to begin the process to upload this protocol to the mainframe.
I don't mind the Kotal-style cutscenes. I would prefer to have everything fully voice-acted. Just because I think it's weird to go through the main story and have your character be the only one that's not talking and everyone else is talking. I find that a bit strange, but I don't mind it. I've gotten used to it. As long as it's not there in like the main situations, I'm not too fussed anymore, to be fair. However, speaking of like not liking the rule of 2, I am willing to hear your reasons as to why you think it's a bad idea. And then once you're done letting me know that, I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong. Let's do that, because that sounds interesting and fun. Let's do that. Yeah, body markings really would be cool effect. I think I might actually pay for that as well. Like, don't tell the devs that, but I might actually pay for that. I feel like the more the years have passed since the first 6 movies, the more Force users were introduced, and the less special it became. I think you're right to an extent, though. You know, the more like powerful Force users that you add into the continuity, the more watered down the lore can become if you don't do it right. Yeah, I think you got a point.
Can you take us there?
I cannot. I do not possess the necessary level of integration with the ship's framework. From here, I can only go to the Enigma's mainframe. I will return to the mainframe, where I will await protocol synchronization. My purpose is not to determine whether a task is achievable. My purpose is to determine ways to bring order and balance where there is none. The weak need protection, just as the strong need control and regulation. Unchecked, they grow beyond their means. They spread chaos.
Hey, no problem, Modi. You get yourself off, man. It's good to chat to you.
Can you take us there?
I cannot. I do not possess the necessary level of integration with the ship's framework. From here, I can only go to the Enigma's mainframe.
Yeah, you guys are right. Revan is absolutely the source of the rule of 2. He directly inspired it with Darth Bane. Directly.
My records contain data from the experiences of Master Renaya. By the very method of my creation, I am precluded from having any insight into the experiences of Darth Null. Renaya often felt that her desire for personal freedom, and her passion for empowering others, marked her as an outcast among the Jedi. But as her confidence in her own beliefs grew, so did her followers. She welcomed this, and vowed to share all of her knowledge with as many as she could, until she discovered the limits the Jedi were willing to enforce upon her generosity.
Yeah. So you guys, you're hitting all the right points. around the rule of two. You know, weaker Sith working in concert, conspiring against the Master, and we've seen that time and time again, right? Like, we did that with Darth Vitiate, which is a bit of an outlier case, but how many of us did it take to kill Darth Vitiate? It took way too many of us. It took everybody, like all the heroes from the past few hundred years, to finally take him down. Feels like Skyrim where he said, yeah, the whole silent protagonist thing. Not sure if it works properly in a story game like this. I mean, obviously it worked in the original KOTOR games, but this is different, you know? Oh, Moab. Moab. Oh, I love you so much. I'm so glad you said that, because that's exactly what I was going to bring up. You're right. The Force is not fire. It is poison.
She
There
did
is...
everything right in there.
Sorry,
It's not
the
her
dark
fault this
side
place
is
is
not
so
fire.
vicious.
The dark side is poison, as Darth Bane says in the Book of Sith. So imagine you have 1,000 Sith Lords. 1,000 Sith Lords. And every single one of them is a dark side user, of course, because they're a Sith Lord. Now, the dark side itself is a potency. And there is only so much of it to go around in the universe. You know, really, when you think about it. So if you have 1,000 Sith Lords all pulling on the strings of the dark side and knowledge, then you have 1,000 weak Sith Lords. So imagine, instead of Sith Lords, you have cups. 1,000 empty cups. And if the Force is not fire and it's poison, and you pour poison, a little bit of poison into each one of those cups, it becomes less and less and less potent over time. And that is one of the underlying foundational elements of Darth Bane's Rule of Two. He fully believes that only one person, one master, should embody the dark side itself. Only one person. So yes, it's the Rule of Two, but only one Sith Lord can be the strongest. Only one Sith Lord can embody the dark side. And only one other Sith Lord can crave that and achieve that. So, the Bane trilogy, Book 2. Right at the start of Book 2, Darth Bane comes across the old Sith camp on Ruusan, and his apprentice Zana is very curious about his power level. So she follows him against his orders, and she watches him slaughter everybody at the camp, except a couple of people. And she sees that, and it inspires her. It ignites a fire inside of her, like, you know, that power could once be mine. Could eventually be mine. And that is the point of the Rule of Two. One to crave the power, one to embody it. And that's why it works, ultimately. Because if you have too many Sith Lords, then you have too much infighting. Right? If you've got thousands of Sith Lords, then that means you have hundreds of different power battles all going on at the same time. Hundreds of different Sith Lords wondering how they can stab each other in the back to gain more power. You constantly have an order that is at war with itself. And that is why Darth Bane, again, amongst other things, really wanted the Rule of Two.
Running like womp rats
because
in a maze.
Having so many Sith is uncontrollable. If it's just two, then there is only one vision. One person's vision.
Thank
That's
you for
it.
your generosity. May the Force be with you.
So
Welcome back, Trekkie.
now what?
She mentioned another biome. Let's take a look.
The only thing about that is that Ben's idea of what happened And the River was indeed weaker than the Empire before it, but he had no real proof of that. He did have proof of that. His proof was his research at the Academy on Korriban. Nobody else was going into the Sith library. He was the only one going down there. And he was the one that was learning about previous Sith Lords. Sith Lords that would use the title Darth. Sith Lords that could make stars go supernova. I think he definitely had some evidence to suggest that the Brotherhood was much weaker than what came before. Yes, I remember when they were a race and not a religion.
At least I'm not surprised by the plants anymore.
Recent interview with Chris Avellone. Everyone always thoughts on Aaron Kerr and his story beats. He's open to making another game. He seemed confident. Ooh. Ooh. That gets me excited. That council just shows up. Hello, motherfucker. I like it. And invented the rule of one. Yeah, the rule of one cannot work. Because if you understand the dark side fully, then you know that eventually you will die. There is no way for you to live forever other than, like, metaphorically. Which, if you think about it, Darth Bane kind of did that, right? Like, he made himself immortal through the rule of two. That was his legacy,
Seems more
his
pleasant than the
lineage.
other place, but who knows with this ship. Keep your guard up.
But nobody can live forever. And I think Darth Bane ultimately knew that. And even though in Book 3 he did attempt to become immortal, in a way he achieved that. Because he successfully learned the power. But even he knew that eventually he would die. And eventually someone would kill him. The finale is out tomorrow, if that's what you're asking about.
Okay, it looks like something is happening here.
Who were the most powerful pair of two? That is such a good question. Such a good question. Because the most powerful duo really was Darth Bane and Darth Zana. I think maybe if we got some more continuity about Darth Cognus, then perhaps that could change. But as far as I'm concerned, the most powerful Sith Lords during the Rule of Two era is Darth Bane and Darth Zana. Both of them. I don't think you could get a better pair. They go together really well, especially when Bane is armored. You're basically looking at death. There's no way out of that. You think Palpatine and Plagueis? Yeah, that's a valid option. Okay, that's at the height of his power from Sith. She could have field day killing all the Sith. We don't hear much about King Adas anymore. Yep, the fort bomb ability is long forgotten. You know, I don't think it's clear whether or not Revan invented the fort bomb, or if that's just, again, a power that he kind of learned and then passed on. Because has it ever actually been used before? Did anyone actually use that before Darth Bane? It's like your master is level 10. In order to kill him, you have to become level 11. And your student eventually level 12, and it goes on and on and on. So I do think Palpatine was indeed the strongest. I have mixed feelings on that. Because if you think about it, as the Rule of Two went on, it became progressively less and less effective in a way. People kept questioning it. People kept trying to veer away from it. Plagueis wanted to veer away from it, and then eventually Palpatine actually did. The Fort Bomb Legends was created long before Revan. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to look into the origin of the Fort Bomb, I think. In theory, what you're saying is correct. Like, as you go down the lineage of the Rule of Two, you should encounter stronger and stronger and stronger Sith.
It looks like something
You
is
should.
happening here.
Vishia was level
Possible
50
to
from
make them more
Swtor.
aggressive. Alterations to the diurnal cycle of the simulation.
What about this era? Old
fruitless.
Republic Sith Empire,
Another
things
one of
return
these
to this
things.
level of rule.
But this one looks like Darth Null.
I think it would just be chaos. I don't think they
Simulation.
have
No.
the
I cannot leave
societal
yet. The work
foundation
here is not done.
to have another
What work?
legional
I will
Sith
prove
Empire.
that the strong will ever dominate the weak.
Well, she's definitely a Sith.
If you wish to stay, you must prove you're strong enough to belong.
Yes, Darth Cephas. Yes. That is what I would ultimately bring up to you as an argument as to why Palpatine is not necessarily the strongest Sith Lord. You know, if you're having to kill someone in their sleep, then that's probably because you weren't confident in your ability to beat them.
You are strong. Very well. Perhaps you can be of use to me.
Lizzie Capybara, hello, welcome, welcome.
I did not. They were simply doing what they've been programmed to do, prove their strength. Unfortunately for the droids, you were stronger.
That would be cool if they did bring in that in. That would be really cool.
Correct. In a sense. I was created to assist Darth Null in various research projects where an isolated Sith perspective would prove beneficial.
Then what are you doing here?
I am currently focused on resolving the flaws present in this biome.
Seems fine to me. Not sure about you, though.
I am operating at peak capacity. The biome is not. It is empirically flawed. This biome was originally inhabited by a diverse mix of beasts, both predator and prey. They existed together with little to no conflict among them, most puzzling. Large herds congregated near peaceful waters, and the predators would not strike.
Is Revan's power
They
level
would not
comparable to that of
dominate the
Anakin's or
even if their
Vitiate's?
own spawn went hungry. I have made numerous improvements to the environment in order to rectify these errors, but the response is the same. The predators still fail to eliminate their lessers. They have grown mangy and dim-witted.
I will answer that in a moment.
Likely to attack each other as their natural prey. They have damaged the biome's infrastructure for reasons that do not make sense. No matter my solution, no matter my strategy, the outcome is the same. The predators do not wield their strength, what they were born to do. How did you accomplish this?
All we did was put things back the way they were, before she got there.
Impossible. Returning something to its original state would mean that it has not evolved. Perhaps if I tried a stronger frequency, it may be that their auditory capabilities are not as keen as I had thought.
I bet if we sort out this protocol's mess, she'll head to the mainframe too.
So, I think Revan and Anakin, completely different. Completely different. Revan is what Anakin could have been. He could have been that powerful, but he just never really had that opportunity, you know? Somebody said it a really cool way to me before. Anakin fell to the dark side because he wanted to. Revan fell to the dark side because he needed to. something along those lines. That's kind of how it was phrased to me before, and I really liked it because it's the truth. Revan fell to the dark side because if he hadn't, he wouldn't have accumulated the power that he needed to fight back in the way that he did. Whereas Anakin, he fell to the dark side for completely selfish reasons. He did it to save someone that he loves. Which I guess is kind of similar-ish to what Revan was doing. But what Revan was doing was completely selfless. He sacrificed himself to be able to save everybody. Whereas Anakin, he fell for selfish reasons. So they're two sides of the same coin. They got to the same place using different means. But Revan was no doubt more powerful. And not only that, but Vitiate shouldn't be on any comparison for you. Vitiate is an outlier. No matter what anyone ever tells you in their crazy Star Wars lore videos on YouTube about who is the most powerful Sith, the most powerful Force user to ever exist is, and always will be, Darth Vitiate, Tenebrae, Valkorion. Nobody comes close. Nobody ever will come close, because that dude lived for nearly 2,000 years. And he was using technology that made the Rakatans look like infants. Made the Rakata look like blibbering idiots. So, Vitiate is an outlier. He's just the strongest, period. Also, I did play Jedi Survivor, and I very much liked the character of Dagan Gera. I was never really interested in the High Republic before, but that game whet my appetite enough to be able to give it a chance. Well, did Anakin turn back to the light? Or did he just become one with the Force? I think he redeemed himself, saving his son. But did he turn back to the light? Is that canon? That's a genuine question.
To make
Like,
the predators more aggressive.
my expertise and my knowledge is the Old Republic. Anything else, I'm usually not that too well versed in it. So, I probably don't know. Yeah, what Darth Cephas said. Oh, I see you don't like what I said about the Ricardo. Okay, maybe I was pushing it a little bit. But my point is that Vitiate used the technology of Iokath, and the technology that Iokath had seems to be superior to what we saw from the Rakatans. However, obviously with the Rakatans, they use Force-imbued technology. Iokath had really advanced technology, and then Vitiate enhanced it with his Force abilities. That's kind of how he became immortal. The way that Vitiate became immortal was using the weapon known as Zildrog, which is a machine. And we now know that that's the machine that he used in his ritual for consuming Nathema. He let go of his hair, I'll have to agree that much. Yeah. Yeah, I think
These animals all look
that's maybe
messed
right.
up.
For Vader.
Typical Sith.
Appreciate the sub. Thank you, thank you. Alright, what am I looking for? Yeah, was it Marion? What do you mean
These are
Swtor
what's making the
finale
animals
tomorrow?
aggressive. We have to take them out.
Tomorrow is the finale for the story. Without confusing you too much, I don't mean that it's the finale for the entire game. Like, it's not like the game is ending tomorrow. The finale to the current storyline is ending tomorrow. However, the developers have been a little bit vague around what that means for new story that comes afterwards. And from what we know, it's going to be a new era. Again, that's vague. We don't have all the answers, but it seems like something different's happening. Hence why I kind of titled it Swtor Finale tomorrow. That's it. There's nothing too much about it.
What are you doing? Cease your interference!
Yeah, that is when he took out... Wait, no, not Ziost. When he took out Nathema, he used the weapon Zildrog. When he took out Ziost, as far as we know, he did that purely just off his own power, which is insane. Insane. Look for a way to heal the Guardian Beasts. How do I heal the Guardian Beasts? Okay. I don't remember doing this last time. Can I just kill them? Hey, what's up, Meat Puppet? Game is still endless. It says the devs are going to continue with the endless story. Yes, they are going to continue the story. Just again, they've been vague about what it means. Because they've called it a new era of story. And that it will be a continuation, but also new. So, we're unsure what it is that they're doing exactly. Have I already been in here? I have already been in here. Just wondering if this is the story finale. I wonder what will happen with Malgus. Yeah, just to be clear, again, that's tomorrow. Not today, tomorrow. I will be streaming it tomorrow, though, just so you know. I also very much wonder what's going to happen. Maybe they destroy Odessin. That would be a perfect analogy for the way the developers treat this game. Because Odessin has basically been the player character's base of operations for like the past 10 years now. So blowing it up, just completely blowing it up and getting rid of it, that's a really good analogy for how the devs treat this game sometimes. I like that. I like that. How come Empress Asina and her fleet are able to scare off, force the fleet to retreat from Vosh? Just very inconsistent power scaling, if you were saying earlier about the ship. Yes. Yeah, no, that's a good point. There's going to be plot holes, though. The writing isn't totally consistent. For example, Valkorion, Vitiate, whatever you want to call him, he's not meant to fear anything except death itself. Because he's a god. Why would he fear anything? And yet, in the codex entries for the game, the codex entry for Valen, they wrote down that Valkorion is afraid of Valen's power. And I just completely disagree with that. I think that was really bad writing, to be honest. Because Valkorion's afraid of nothing. And in the end, Valkorion consumed his daughter's power. So, no, obviously he wasn't afraid of her. He was an appetizer for him. Alright, I'm gonna start killing beasts, because... what the hell am I even doing? Appreciate the subs, guys. Thank you. Droids had free will for a time when Valen had control. Free the droids! Okay. Plants in the water. That was obvious. I think that was the implication, Clone Review. However, again, when you contrast it, Valkorion wouldn't be afraid of Valen unless, like, she maybe also had 1,000 years to build her strength and power base. I don't think that she was a threat to him, ultimately. I think she was a threat to maybe the things that he had built. But not a threat to him directly. And I really dislike that they shoehorned that in there. Because, again, it's that conversation about power scaling. If Valkorion is afraid of Valen, then does that mean Valen is more powerful than Valkorion? And if that is true, how come she didn't just kill him and completely get rid of him and then solve that problem for us? You know, so there are questions around it. Are the Guardian Beasts the big ones? Is it them? No. Where are the Guardian Beasts? James, the only reason Vitiate would have been afraid of her would have been the possibility of her following in his footsteps. I think you're right. And again, but only to an extent. Because he is ridiculously powerful. It would take her a really, really long time to fully catch up to his power level. So the writing is just, it feels inconsistent around it. Like, if she's going to be a threat to him, then there needs to be a real reason as to why, and not just, because my power level. There needs to be some other kind of underlying reason, like, is she immune to something that he does? And the answer is no, because he conditioned her. So clearly she's not immune to things that he does. So there's just questions around it. There's questions around it. For me, personally. A cave wampa? Hello. He was afraid of how her daddy issues would affect his empire. That is... I would believe that more. Let's put it that way. I would genuinely believe that more. You were right. I should have gone to the water. Still not reading Twitch chat. I promise you, I am trying to read the Twitch chat. It's because I don't have it up next to my YouTube chat like I have in the past. I am instead using it just here on my phone. And obviously that's a much smaller screen. So my eyes don't really get drawn to it, so I do apologize for not catching up with the Twitch chat too often. I will try to be more vigilant. There are beasts lying on the grass. See, I had a feeling it was something outside. I vaguely remember doing this before. I'm also super distracted because I'm just talking to you guys. So really, it's your fault and not mine. Okay, where are the beasts? Laying on the grass, you said. Aha! There. I see them. I am just blind. Who's stronger, Nox or Wrath? Darth Nox. I'm gonna say. Oh, wait. Yeah, Darth Nox. Yeah. Sorry, I had to think then. For a moment, I thought you meant the light side version, but no. Dark side version is Nox, and Nox is definitely the most powerful. Or the hero of Typhon. I hear contradicting things about the hero of Typhon, but in my personal opinion, it's still it's still the Sith Inquisitor. Locate the device to retrain Guardian Beasts. Do I need to kill the Wampa for this?
May the Force be with you.
How do you feel about Darth Nox fulfilling the Sith prophecy? So the Sith prophecy is the prophecy of the Safari? Is what you're referring to? ChatGPT, how do I treat the pig? Yeah, if only. If only. I should have a bot set up for that. Now the Wampa? Alright, let's do it. Yeah, so the prophecy of the Safari. I can't remember the full thing off the top of my head, but I remember it in pieces. But I'm not sure if... Can I do more than one at a time? Yeah, cool. I don't know if he does fulfill the prophecy though, right? I mean, which parts of it are you thinking of? Swtor writes its own history for the end of the Old Republic into the Brotherhood of Shadow era. On the dream creates what we want. Ooh. That's an interesting idea, and I actually really like that. Being rewritten into the Brotherhood. But isn't there already a canon story for who was the first person to do that? What was his name? There was a cool Sith Lord person who did that. I forget his name. I think his name is in the Book of Sith somewhere, I think. He's mentioned.
I'm not sure this is the strangest mission I've been on, but it's up there.
Not a valid target. Not a valid target. Okay. Yearly playthroughs of KOTOR 1 and 2. Yeah, I've had a real itch to play KOTOR again. So I'm definitely going to do that soon. Why isn't my thing working? That's why you said rewrite. Okay, no, good point, good point. The sitting are relevant. One sitting? Ah. Obviously, I just had to click the ones that were sitting down. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. That was super obvious as well, like I don't know how I didn't get that. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. Darth Desolus. That rings a bell. That might have been it. Darth Ruin also rings a bell. I know what he looks like. Just excuse me while I open up my Book of Sith. Let me find it. It's in here somewhere. Here. There. This guy. I think it was him. I could be wrong. But I think this guy here is the guy that created the Brotherhood of Darkness. Ruin? Darth Ruin. Again, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I think that's who it is. Bald. Yeah, the biome tasks are stupid and boring, I agree. Did we not get them all? Aha, we left one. Is he Chiss? Could be Chiss. I don't think it is Voss. And the only reason I say that I don't think it's Voss is because as far as I know, the Voss are exclusive to Star Wars The Old Republic. As far as I know. You only see the Voss in this game. They were created for this game. Fun fact, originally, before the game came out, there was going to be a Voss class that you could play. You were going to be able to play as a Voss Mystic. And that was eventually scrapped because they had too many Force user classes. And instead, you got the Imperial Agent. So that's both really cool and really disappointing in a way.
An unexpected conclusion. Aggression, when not properly focused, can lead to weakness rather than strength. Specific circumstances, including the symbiotic relationship of environmental factors, must be taken into account. Curious. It appears that while
The
I
Voss
was
were a real
occupied
race in
with my
Legends, they were?
experiments, someone attempted to access the Enigma's files.
What were they in?
Numerous times.
Who? Jadis?
That name is not found in any of the records I can access.
Because if they're in anything
I
else,
must
that
return
kind
to
of
the
ruins
Enigma's
the
mainframe
continuity
with
for
my
the Voss in
findings
this game.
and
Because
ensure
there is
that
lore
nothing has
behind
been
it.
tampered with. If there is any other information I can impart, say so now. Otherwise, you may begin the process to upload this protocol to the mainframe.
The Voss were a real race in Legends lore. Interesting. I'm going to have to look into that. He started the new Sith Wars in 2000 BBY. Lord Khan started the Brotherhood in Darkness. 10 BBY, I think. Is that true? Is that true? I mean, you could be right about the Darth Ruin thing, because I'm not sure about that. But I don't know if it was Lord Khan that built the Brotherhood. Was there not people before him, but it was just said that Khan united them, and that was it? Is that right? I think I need to re-go over that on the first Bane book and kind of clarify that for myself. That's fine though. Any reason to go through the Bane book again is a good reason for me.
Darth Null had a relentless drive to understand the
this is
great
part of the
mysteries
story.
of life and the Force, and to share her findings with the galaxy. She knew that there are many different paths to power, each with its own advantages. Intellect and cunning were hers.
Is that how she survived being forced to become a Sith?
The Sith embraced, even encouraged her brilliant mind and the things she created. But her greater intellectual freedom came at a cost.
The Great Marcel. I like that you're talking about the Barcen 4.
Its primary function is to serve as a repository of all Darth Null's knowledge. However, its functionality is limited in its current state. At the moment, I am incapable of expressing more than this.
Lord Khan was definitely the leader of the Brotherhood. I'm not sure what you mean by him being a mentor. and an overseer. Unless you're referring to a different Lord Khan. But I'm referring to the Lord Khan from the Brotherhood of Darkness, from the Darth Bane trilogy. Well, book 1, anyways.
Harmony is death. Without conflict, there is no growth, no advancement. The strong prey on the weak, and the strong
Hey, what's up,
become
Tredavis?
stronger, but so do the weak. They are forced to adapt and improve, or risk annihilation. They are forced to pursue their fullest potential, as all life should.
Okay. I think that does sound correct. Nell. I'm gonna call you Nell. Okay, I think that is correct.
Darth Null had a relentless drive to understand the great mysteries of life and the Force, and to share her findings with the galaxy. She knew that there are many different paths to power, each with its own
No, you would be
advantages.
wrong about that, Darth
Intellect and
Cephas.
cunning were hers.
I think
Is
you might
that
be
how she
confused with
survived
something
being
else.
forced to become a Sith?
The
Or
Sith
somebody else.
embraced, even encouraged her brilliant mind and the things she created. But her greater intellectual freedom came at a cost.
But yeah, Lord Khan, he was the leader of the Brotherhood of Darkness in book 1 of the Darth Bane trilogy. And he's the guy that was all talking about equality and, you know, everybody's a Sith Lord. He just literally, he gave everybody that title. So, like, there was no such thing as Sith acolytes and that kind of bollocks. It was just straight up Sith Lords. They had minions, of course, like Sith Marauders and such like that. But everybody was equal. Or at least that's how he preached it. That is how he preached it. The Bane book is really good. If you guys have not read the Bane book, then I don't know what you're doing. You need to fix that, like, as soon as possible. I'm gonna find it, actually. Where is my Bane book? Excuse me. Gonna play?
The sharp sound echoed in the empty halls.
It is gonna play. Darth Bane, Path of Destruction. Sith communism. That was way funnier than it should have been. Yeah, there are problems with the consular storyline that I don't like, especially around the whole taking your power thing. Let me find a particular chapter for you.
Weary and spent with the endless wars, smaller confrontation had been somehow over his mouth. Sound outside the tent. The rest of the group did as he bid. He entered with conviction and purpose, projecting an aura of confidence and authority. As was customary whenever he entered a room, those in the assemblage rose to their feet as a sign of respect. To despair. The way before you is not clear. You fear you may have lost your way. He emerged from his tent, determined to send an envoy to Farfalla, between light and darkness. The man began. Even now, Bane could sense his mind building up walls to block out the pain, burying it so deep it almost seemed to disappear. And there was something else he was bearing as well. Something he was desperately trying to keep Bane from uncovering. Bane's eyes narrowed as he recognized what it was. He was trying to hide the presence of another, shielding whoever it was from the Dark Lord's hazy, fevered perceptions.
Oof. I know what's coming now. There's a particular part that I want to play. Let me just find it.
What happened to your glorious battle? Reinforcements.
And it's right here. I knew it was around this part of the book. So, I'm gonna just AFK for a minute, and while I'm AFK, you guys can listen to this. But this is the meeting between Darth Bane and Lord Khan. And the way that Bane plays him, oh, it's beautiful. The manipulation, the deceit. Oh, brilliant. You guys enjoy this, and I'll just be back in a minute.
Pinned down under whatever cover they could find. It's released. Making a deed is easy enough to The general nodded. Is it How could everything... His anger was so great that he didn't notice Cordis's flyer parked... They had been on the cusp of victory, and now suddenly they were on the knife's edge of defeat. He stormed across the camp toward his tent, ignoring the questioning looks of Githany and the others. They wanted an explanation, but he didn't have one to give. Not yet. Not until he got a status report from Admiral Nyrus. How did Farfalla break through the Criffing blockade? His anger was so great that he didn't notice Cordis's flyer parked near his tent, or the droplets of blood scattered on the ground nearby. If he had, he might have searched the area and found the bodies stashed in the nearby undergrowth. But all of Khan's focus was concentrated on reaching his tent and the communications equipment inside. He found Bane there waiting for him, standing still as stone. "Back so soon, Khan?" he asked. "What happened to your glorious battle?" "Reinforcements," Khan snarled. "Somehow, Farfalla found a way to break through our blockade." "I told your fleet to engage the Jedi," Bane said, his words as casual as if he'd been discussing the weather. Khan's jaw dropped. He'd suspected treachery, but he wasn't prepared for the traitor to openly admit it. "But why?" "I wanted all the Jedi here on Ruusan at the same time," Bane replied. "You blasted fool!" Khan shouted, waving his arms madly, as if they were gripped by uncontrollable spasms. "Victory was ours! We had Hoth beaten! That is your goal, not mine. I'm after a prize far greater than the death of General Hoth. He's but one man." Khan barked out a harsh laugh. "We all know what prize you seek, Darth Bane. You're here to take over the Brotherhood." Bane shrugged indifferently, as if it didn't matter one way or the other to him. He seemed so calm, so certain of what he was doing. It was all Khan could do to keep himself from leaping at the larger man's throat. Didn't he understand what he'd done? Couldn't he see that he'd doomed them all? Khan slumped wearily into a chair. "If you lead them against the Jedi, you lead them to their slaughter." Now it was Bane who laughed, a low, sinister chuckle. "How quickly you've fallen into despair, Khan. It seemed only hours ago you were certain of victory." "That was before Farfalla and his reinforcements arrived," Khan shot back. "Back when we had the advantages of numbers and air superiority."
Okay, I've returned. We can go through that a bit more later on.
An unexpected conclusion. Aggression, when not properly focused, can lead to weakness rather than strength. Specific circumstances,
Funny moments when
including
Ben
the
mocks Khan and tells him he's
symbiotic
thinking like a
relationship
dirt
of
general.
environmental
Yep. Yep. Flanking, flyers, you're thinking like a dirt general. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good moment. And the reason why it's such a cool moment, for the people who don't know, is because he does this in front of everybody. Literally walks right up to the leader and goes, "Your plan is shit. You're gonna do what I tell you to do, and you're gonna win." And then they go do it. And they cause devastation. And essentially win the battle. Until Khan kind of like takes over again and starts spouting different orders. And that's why Bane betrays him and brings the Jedi in and such. But yeah, that's a really cool moment. Very cool moment.
Harmony is death. Without conflict, there is no growth, no advancement. The strong prey on the weak, and the strong become stronger, but so do the weak. They are forced to adapt and improve, or risk annihilation. They are forced to pursue their fullest potential, as all life should.
Yep. Yeah. Should have seen it coming, right? And the reason they didn't see it coming is because they were so wrapped up in their hubris around equality that they thought that they were invincible. But Kopej, he saw through it there, right? In the end. That was the Twi'lek dude. Man, the way he went out, I really like it. I also really like that you
Hopefully two is
discover
all
that
it
he
takes.
used to be a Jedi. Because that's not something you ever find out until right at the very end of the book. And you're like, ah, okay. Used to be a Jedi. Kind of explains like why he was so involved in some of the strategies and stuff like that. Because he has the inside knowledge. Who's the bigger fool? The fool or the fool who follows him? Perfect way to explain that. Perfect. Love that. Bane is by far your favourite Sith Lord. I think
Your
same,
assistance has been
in a
most
way.
useful. May the Force serve you well.
I think my favourite Sith Lord is probably Vitiate. But does Vitiate count?
Same thing
That's
the
the
other one
question.
did.
Khan was also controlling
Keep
their
moving
minds half
forward
the
and
time.
stay sharp.
He
Jadis is
was
probably watching us.
using persuasion, yes. He was using waves of subtle persuasion to convince people that his plan was always the right
It's time
plan.
to finish this.
Balance will not come from chaos! Strength will not come from peace!
They're going to tear the ship apart.
Look! On the console!
Stay close. What's wrong?
Blast! Looks like whatever the holocron is doing, it'll take some time. How long do you think we can hold out here?
As long as it takes.
I must cleanse the rot!
Yeah, I think you're right though. Cephas. Did you read the chat central at all? I can see that the chat has a lot of new messages. So I will catch it. Let me get through this combat.
Why is this so slow?
Your chaos ends here!
I hope this isn't bugged again. It's bugged last time for me.
Looks like we're halfway there. Just need to hold out a little longer.
The strong succeed. The weak must fall.
The targeting is not working very well. Every time I press tab to switch target, it seems to be glitching. Really? There's more?
We're almost there.
Your chaos ends here.
Hello.
I'm not
Come on.
enough.
There's so many.
There is no balance without conflict.
Thank God. Yeah, I'm trying to get my Jedi side finished so that we can actually see the ending tomorrow for the Imperial side and the Republic side. Because my Sith is already caught up on everything. Love that now. He got so hyped when our character got angry after the Rivix and Jadis trapped him, and angry because the devs got a rampage
Ready to
shot.
assist in your research efforts.
Okay, I'm caught up on the YouTube chat now. So Twitch chat. What was Darth Trey's and Krea's plan? You never understood what was her plan, yet I constantly see that everyone is praising her for that. So Kreia basically, she didn't like that the Force itself had, it was almost sentient, right? Like it had a will that wanted to be heard and delivered, and Kreia didn't like that. Kreia thought things should be different to that, and that the Force shouldn't be controlling things. So she had this weird perspective of using the Force to destroy the Force. Like, she wanted to watch basically the galaxy burn and have like how the story is going in Star Wars: The Old Republic right now, where Darth Maul's machine is going to make everybody use the Force. Kreia was after a galaxy that was the opposite of that, where there was no Force at all. And you, the player character, the Exile, are a dead spot in the Force. And that's why she really likes you. Because you are evidence of the nothingness of the Force actually working. So that's why she really likes you. She sees you as like a chain link to achieving her ultimate goal. Didn't Kreia get down and dirty with the Sith Emperor? Not as far as I know. I don't think she knew about the Sith Emperor, to be fair. Or maybe she did, and her plan to get rid of the Force was to stop him. Who knows? 500 IQ player.
What do you mean? What exactly can you help me with?
Whatever knowledge Darth Null possesses, which is a great deal, I may share with you. Put simply, I am Null. Her memories, her experiences, her knowledge, from all stages of her life, now contained within this holocron. Null believed that by fragmenting the contradictory parts of her being, she could better understand the nature of the galaxy, of the Force, and of herself. And now the inquiry is finally complete. It will take some time to process the collected data. Unfortunately, it appears the prolonged absence of Darth Null herself has created many unforeseen conditions on this ship.
No kidding.
Jadis mentioned unlocking the holocron's full power. What does that mean?
Darth Jadis. I'm unfamiliar with that name. I would be unable to compile probable interpretations of his words with any certainty. However, I may provide a suitable estimation. The holocron's personality matrix is active. With its completion, it is possible to command any of Darth Null's creations as you see fit.
Does that mean there's a way off this ship?
Now that I am fully reconstructed, I can assist you in assuming control of any system on the Enigma.
What about Darth Null's machine? Can you control that too?
While I am now a complete repository of Null's knowledge, I cannot control Null's creations myself. But with her knowledge, I can assist the user in operating the machine to its complete capabilities. Darth Null designed the machine with a singular intention: to alert billions of sentients to their connection with the Force, whether it had been forgotten or simply never known at all. The holocron enables the machine's operation, but my functionality enhances it. With my assistance, the user can direct a message to all those in the known galaxy with a connection to the Force. Those who receive the message would have the opportunity to explore their relationship with the Force, free to develop it as they wished, empowered to discover their own strength without the false dogmas that have plagued 1,000 generations.
Okay, I just want to point out that the writing is sometimes really stupid. We just asked this hologram whether or not we can use them, whether or not she can use the machine, and she said no. But immediately before that, she said using the datachron gives you access to the machine. And what are we talking to right now? We are talking to the goddamn datachron. So what do you mean you can't use the machine? You just said the datachron does use the... Alright, I'm gonna ignore it. Gonna let it slide. Gonna let it go. So for anyone who doesn't know, by the way, what she was just talking about, the fact that she can get in touch with anyone in the galaxy, convey a message, and then they can explore their Force potential. That is how the Emperor created his, what is known as the Emperor's children, such as like Kira Carson and a few other names that I won't mention in case it's a spoiler for you. So that's a fun fact.
And what would happen if I use this machine?
The machine's primary directive will always execute. Inform sentients of their Force sensitivity. The nature in which this information is delivered, however, is entirely up to the user. Reaching as many inhabitants of the galaxy as possible requires strategic positioning of the machine. Darth Null built her machine on Elom. Perplexing. My data logs indicate that the holocron was disconnected from the machine sometime within the last of Elom's solar cycles.
Darth Malgus destroyed that machine, along with Null's temple.
If operating the machine located on Elom is impossible, a planet in close proximity will do. Based on my current knowledge of the galaxy, Xian is an ideal substitute, with a high probability of success.
Bringing you here was not such a waste after all. Xian is where the Hidden Chain have come so very close to completing Null's machine. I am pleased to hear my efforts have not been wasted. With the final component complete, your role in this endeavor has come to an end. You will relinquish the holocron to me.
You are not getting the holocron, Jadis.
All the power and skill at your disposal, and you still fail to recognize the real threat.
Wait a minute. How did this happen? We're smarter than this.
Apparently not.
Hey, what's up, 6 speed? Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, Jadis mogging. So, Tau is betraying us. Interesting. I wasn't sure if she actually would, just because of the way that I chose the dialogue options this time around. I was kind of hoping that this would be different, but I guess the person close to you on this mission betrays you no matter what. Which is kind of annoying, because that means that choices don't matter. Because I don't think that Tau needs to betray us in this moment. Jadis could just as easily walk up and pick up the holocron as Tau is doing it right now. I don't think there's any reason for her to be betraying us in this moment.
What are you doing? Don't!
I have to do this. Jadis has Sahar. He said he would keep her safe.
Think about what you're doing. He can't be trusted.
I did everything you wanted. Do what you promised and let Sahar go.
My exact words were that you would be reunited. And so you shall.
No!
After so many impossible victories, how do you find defeat?
This isn't over.
I'm afraid it is.
Yeah, I haven't done it with a non-Force user class yet. I briefly saw the initial cinematic at the very start of this chapter with a gun user. I saw a cutscene on YouTube, and it looked really cool. It actually looked a lot better than the Force user version, I'm not gonna lie. So probably the way they get out looks better too. Yeah, Jadis just CCs you and runs. Just hard stuns you and goes, bye. Force speeds away. Sounds like me playing PvP. Also, who's that guy that showed up earlier? Something about being a good PvP player? Bratlaw, hello. The king of PvP is back. That's right, talking about Bratlaw. That's so egotistical, man. Are you good at PvP, though? Are you actually good?
Your fault. I turned my back.
No! What is this? Jadis!
This was inevitable. Every path, every crossroads, you chose this. You chose your own destruction.
I think this plays a lot better on the Republic faction. Not gonna lie. I think when you're playing this on the Sith faction, it's quite easy to be salty about not becoming allies with Jadis. But on the Republic faction, it just makes sense. So Tau betrayed us.
I lost my brother because of you, and it was all for nothing.
So that she could save Sahar at the word of a Sith. When I think, obviously, clearly the better option there was to just team up with the player character and free Sahar. Like, that was clearly the better option. I don't really know why she decided to side with Jadis. Simply because of Sahar. That doesn't seem believable to me. Yeah, I agree with that, Cephas. That's definitely happening. By the way, does this nightmare stuff does not resemble Dreadmaster? Yeah, I agree. It kind of does. I mean, they're using some of those assets with, like, the roots and stuff, right? Pretty sure this was used in some of the, like, Dreadseed campaign and that. The floating red particles, I think that might actually also be from the Dreadseed campaign. You also see that in the Knights of the Eternal Throne cinematics, when you're in the, when you're inside the holocron in the final chapter. Once again, you are a pawn in a larger game. Struggle as you might, you cannot take the board. Ooh, that is cool. That is cool. If I am to bring a gun user, I'm probably going to bring my Imperial agent. Let's make that clear. What will happen when Sahar, her brother, and Malgus join the player? Is that going to happen? Are we all going to have to team up to take on Jadis? Because that would be interesting. That would be very interesting. Somebody said something earlier. What was it? I think it was something you said, Elmaster. What did you say? Oh yeah. Makes you think that Jadis lost on purpose. So, saying that, if Jadis actually did lose on purpose to the Imperial agent, then that means he faked his own death to fake a different agenda and then fake his disappearance. Like, who does that? What kind of absolute psychopath madman thinks like that far ahead? Does something so convoluted that you would never think it actually was him? Hey, appreciate the follow, 6 speed.
Stop, Jadis!
I welcome your finding me on Kashyyyn. You and your allies will witness my ultimate triumph. You cannot stop it.
I don't think you will get it on the cartel market because you can get it in-game. I mean, maybe the helmet, but I think you can get the helmet in-game as well, to be fair. There's a couple of reskinned variants. The game is dead. I played since launch, up to 18 hours a day. You guys got rid of loads of original content, reduced the bosses to Nim boss fights, changed so much crap, had to constantly grind. Nim mode. Then gear reset to refresh once good riddance to Swtor. That's an interesting take. That's a very interesting take. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you fully, but I do believe that the game is in a much better position than it was a year ago. Hey, what's up, Luke? There is a fun fact on Oricon. When you play as the Imperial Agent, one of the Dreadmasters states that Jadis sees the galaxy as they do, as them. Is Jadis a secret Dreadmaster? That's an interesting question. Dreadmaster Jadis. Could you imagine?
Millions of lives lost because of you.
Well, that was rude.
I don't need you anymore. I never needed you.
This isn't real. This isn't real.
Do you copy? Come on, answer me.
Guys, a 8.0 is just going to be a gear reset. I think you are right to an extent there, but we do have at least one new operation coming, which is something. You know, like, I know some people look like, oh my god, just one. But yeah, I know, but at least it's something. It's something. Am I going this way?
I don't believe it. I can't believe it. How could Tao do this? I knew that she still blames herself for what happened to her friends on Elam. That's just how she is, but I never imagined she'd go this far to get Sahar back. There must have been something I didn't see. Maybe I could have talked sense into her if I had just paid better attention.
Arn, there's a problem. Oh, good, he's found you. You did well to trust your feelings, Master Jedi. Thank the stars for your quick thinking. Your absence from Odessa was discovered. I don't know how, but the Supreme Chancellor and Admiral Rava are very unhappy about it.
There's no time to deal with them. We need to gather our forces and prepare for battle. Contact Jakaya. We'll need the Mandalorians as well.
Where are we headed?
Karshian.
Understood. See you soon.
Karshian. What will you say to the Supreme Chancellor about all this? I don't want everyone to think Tao is a lost cause, because she isn't.
She was trying to save her friend's life. I think we ought to take that into account.
I know Tao will see reason when we get her back.
We'll have to cross that bridge when we get there. It won't be long.
You assured me that she was not necessary for the new machine to work. So tell me, why is it not working?
Field Marshal! I've captured the traitor. What are you... Ah!
No! I only see one traitor in chains. My most trusted Hibir, how you have fallen. You dare come to me still on your feet after you so spectacularly failed in your duty. So much was taken from me because of your inadequacy. Why would you think I would want to see your face again?
I have served you. Served your cause without question. No one has been as loyal to you as I have.
I don't need loyalty. I need victory. Parjai, anything less is meaningless. I thought you understood that, Rikan. But it seems that I was mistaken. Your sister has warped your sense of priority, and you, weak-willed and soft, failed to resist it. Despite your failings, Null's machine, the one that will bring us victory, is nearly complete. Once I have the dead Sith's holocron back, you will have your only chance to prove that you are worth your place in the hidden chain. The place I have given you.
Field Marshal, are you prepared to accept my offer?
It's time to end this.
Alright, that's everything. Until tomorrow, when we get the finale. So we are now fully caught up with my Jedi. So tomorrow we can play through the finale on my Inquisitor and my Jedi Knight. I am really tempted though to level up one of my gun users. But which one would I do? Sorry, I say level up, I mean go through the story with one of my gun users. You want Malgus to win so it breaks the status quo. If we listen carefully, then what we know is that Malgus probably won't be the one to set off whatever it is that's going to happen. Yeah, probably Agent Luke, you're right. It's got to be Agent. So, if you remember when we had Malgus in a prison cell, he specifically said... Let me just make sure I'm quoting this right. I can't remember the exact quote. I might need to find the cutscene for it, perhaps. I think I've got the cutscenes somewhere. So it's not Desperate Defiance. So it was before Desperate Defiance. Are the healing classes even remotely balanced these days? What do you mean by balanced? My Blue Gear agent could do double HPS of Inquisitor and best in slot. I was not aware of that. Is that in the current expansion? Or I guess that's kind of what you're asking me, right? I'm not sure on that one. As far as I know, they're pretty balanced, but I'm not a healer. I usually play a tank. So Malgus says some pretty important stuff. So it's not Chains in the Dark. What was before Chains in the Dark? Was it Old Wounds? What happens in the Tomorrow update? Rajop so Daphne like said fund his plans, he gets told that is not the original Nakato. I love that Elmaster. Yeah, for a moment there you had me. For a moment. I was like, what? You are not posting spoilers. But then it changed. You know, Daphne's hilt, which actually is in this cutscene. I wonder if that's going to be important, right? Because Rivix is the one that took it. Yeah, so Old Wounds, we speak to Malgus in this one. Yeah.
To get out of my way. I need to speak to Malgus. Hera is my heading there.
So let us refresh ourselves on what happened in this Malgus conversation, because to be fair, it's kind of important. I think we all hate Shea Vizsla right now.
Bottom line, threats are useless against Malgus. He fears nothing. You keep talking about putting an end to what he wants, and we'll get nowhere. Make him think you understand. That's the key to getting anything out of him.
If you explained to me what you hope to accomplish, maybe I can help you. Maybe there's another way to finish what you started. A way that others will accept.
Few minds can comprehend my vision.
There are none like you in the galaxy. But you are alone.
That is a strength. Attachment becomes weakness.
Good, he's talking. Risk a question.
We learned that Darth Null used Jedi techniques in her work. Did you know about that?
Do you think there is any knowledge of Darth Null that I do not already possess? It was only a matter of time before you discovered the connection. Her mastery of Jedi secrets is woven into all of her creation. Like her, my vision surmounts Jedi and Sith, Empire and Republic.
Showing our hand wouldn't have been my choice, but you got him talking. Ask about Hera.
But where does this all end? What happens if you succeed?
I will tear apart the corrupt systems that allow weakness to infect the galaxy. I will stop the rot. I will burn down all of their failing legacies and see who embraces the flame.
More of his mystical Osic. What about the holocron? Does Hera have something she can use against my people?
Who whispers in your ear? Shea Vizsla. Your thoughts are plain to me, Mandalore the Avenger. Your rage consumes you. There was a battle, and your prey slipped through your fingers. Your people are divided, while Heta Kol gathers her army. You are right to come begging for answers. Heta will destroy you.
Where is she? Dinila Hutun! Answer me!
Oh, really? You just reread Deceived? Interesting refresher. Deceived is a really good novel. I recommend that one if you haven't checked it out, people. That is the Malgus novel. This one of your favorite videos? Hell yeah. So, we're getting to it. We're almost at the point where he says it. Malgus' ideology regarding Darth Null is the same as he had with his own empire back on Ilum storyline. Just went from alien discrimination to access to the Force. Yeah, I think you were saying about that as well earlier as well, Elmaster, and I think you put it pretty well. After Groscina enslaved him with weird dark side tech. Yeah, she kind of conditioned him a little bit. I kind of thought that the conditioning of Malgus was going to be leaning in the direction of the techniques that the Jedi Council used against Revan to brainwash him, make him forget his memories and stuff. But that didn't end up happening, so I was a bit disappointed about that. But it is what it is. Lanner's a hottie, sue me. Nah, you're fine. Malgus knows he can't stop the player, though. True. True. In a way. Alright. He does say something important. Let's keep refreshing ourselves.
Can you not see it? The past looms over us all. A shadow of unchanging history. There are fools who believe they can outrun the shadow. Without a flame to chase it away, it will consume them. They are doomed to repeat the same failures. None who have stood by my side have understood this. The only one who could have is my enemy. A shame that you and I must remain that way.
You chose a different path. One that I will never follow.
Okay, I'm realizing maybe it wasn't said in this particular cutscene, so I will just tell you. He basically says that whatever it is that's going to happen doesn't require his presence anymore, and that even if he dies or whatever, it will still happen. And that's reiterated when you go to, oh wait, maybe it was actually, yeah, maybe it's when you go to the Free of the Voss, like the Voss Council or whatever you want to call them. They call them the Free in the game. And they basically tell you that if Malgus dies, then the calamity will come to pass much sooner. So that was an interesting way of putting it. You picked Nothing Lasts Forever. We tried to understand it, you big bald dummy. Yeah, I kind of wish that in that moment there was an option to just be like, do you know what? Let's be friends, and then you just let him out. Yeah. The Voss said the same thing. Yeah, that's kind of where I was leaning with that. Yeah. So if I am to go through it again, it's probably gonna have to be the Imperial Agent. I'm pretty sure this guy is an Imperial Agent. I would prefer to use a stealth class, though. If I have a stealther somewhere. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I have an operative. You think that's what that option is? Because Malgus looks more interested in that option. Interesting. Interesting. I'm not sure I've seen that particular option, how that actually plays out and affects him in that cutscene. But I believe you. What I have begun will not end with me. This is only the beginning. Thank you. Thank you. That is actually the quote that I was wanting to play. I knew it existed, and I know that Malgus says it. I just can't remember exactly where it is. I'm so glad you found that. That was bugging me. That was bugging me. Thank you for finding that. That'll do. Green knife, but it'll do. So where am I at in the story? I think I'm gonna have to do some story skipping. Let's do it. When do you think they will launch 8.0? I'm hoping it's going to be like a September release. I think September onwards is probably realistic, I think. Just how you put Mario's back in the game option. It would just try a mix of Tech Force classes for the game, but likely the changes will be mostly story. Yeah, I think it will be mostly story related, the changes. Because it would be kind of weird if all of a sudden operatives and all the rest of it started using force powers. I don't think people would be totally up for that. But my inventory isn't full. Okay. Ah, man, there's so much story to do just to catch up. Actually, quite a lot of grinding. I kind of want Malgus' plan to succeed as well. I think it will succeed. Almost definitely. Grok Premium. Did you notice that, did you? I had the idea for the name literally not even that long ago, and I was like, I'm gonna have to go and get that name just so nobody else takes it, just in case I ever want it. So I went and took it. I had it to be around Life Day event. I don't know. I think if anyone's told you that, it's just speculation, and what I'm saying is just speculation, just based on patterns that they've done in the past. Life Day event wouldn't be impossible, but I think it's going to be a bit sooner than that, personally.
You should. Our victories came at a high.
We will be skipping through a lot of this, by the way.
Loyal to the.
Oh, that was an important choice.
You should.
Let me just make sure I'm picking the right thing.
So who do you wish to support?
With the Republic or return to the Empire as the Imperial Agent? Probably return to the Empire, right? Imperial Agent with the Republic? That is such a weird choice to make. I wonder if anybody's done that. How romantic is that cutscene? I guess it is. I think my Jedi Knight has Lana Beniko romanced. I'm interested by the idea of joining the Republic as the Imperial Agent, but I think we just have to go with the Empire, so let's do that. That's fair enough, Unreal. Fair enough.
If it isn't the hero of the Black,
You made a Sith warrior that sides with the Republic, and it's kind of wild, dude. That is massive treason.
Protect my
Imagine how much the Jedi love you, though. Redeeming the Emperor's wrath and bringing them to the light side. That's kind of insane.
agree that...
I haven't heard anything about that, Cephas. I'm not sure where you heard that.
I'm glad to hear what your concern is. Lord,
Great.
I don't remember them saying that though, Cephas. Force lightning or pebbles. Why not both? Do both at the same time. That would be a cool visual effect. This is the season finale, the end of it all. Will I finally become the next Mandalore? Oh, well, that would be cool. But, unlikely.
No sudden moves, if you please.
The finale is tomorrow, though, just to be clear.
That a fact?
at the request of Moff Pyron.
Well, that's a different story. You do look familiar, somehow.
We worked together before.
Ugh, this ruckus is intolerable.
I'm gonna be back in a minute, guys. I'll let the cutscene play out, though.
What is the meaning of all this? You. I should have known some glory hound like you would slither their way into my grandest achievement. Just what business does the Alliance have here, Commander?
I'm here to assist any way that I can. The Alliance wants to help make this mission a success.
Such generosity! How could I possibly refuse such a selfless offer? I'm sure the Major could use your help with something or other. Whatever you end up doing, do it quietly. I need to focus on my creations.
Her creations are just as likely to get us killed as any Jedi. Idiot.
They wanna wonder.
Alright, I'm back. So not skipping through the story, you're saying getting to the legacy of the Manda isn't that bad?
Why don't you tell me more about what's happening here, Major?
Our odds of success are going up by the second, that's what. Now that you're here, we might get some real work done. Let's buckle down, huh? Objective is to trash the Republic colony, take out all the Jedi we can find. We've got troops ready, willing, and able. Does her Sithly Eminence send us to do that? Or does she hold us all back while she works on her little science project?
Science project?
Geonosians. Mutated, turbocharged psycho Geonosians. They're killers, she got that much right. They just don't care dead or... Great.
Alright, we already know all this stuff.
Aye, aye.
We have an opportunity for you. Proceed to the Imperial fighters nearby.
Why do everyone hate Grogu and Manda? I don't think everyone does hate it. I think people like it. It's just not what they want. It's not particularly the story that they are looking for. Well, the sequel trilogy was trash and people are still salty. Yeah, the people are going to be salty for a while about the sequel trilogy. Vader's saber ignite and woke you up in Rogue One. Yeah, just hearing it.
Displaying all authorized destinations.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it. I'll probably watch it when it comes to Disney. Well, the sequel trilogy is the worst. Hey, you've got a point. Fair enough, Unreal. Fair enough.
Still, they're not... Or...
Overshadowing the old characters, yeah, I think that's a big part of it. I think that is a big part of it, is the dismissiveness of established characters and just quickly moving on to newer characters that don't have much depth to them. I mean, a lot of people were annoyed that they didn't make Finn the main character, right? In the sequel trilogy. I think there was a lot of people who wanted Finn to be the main character. There's a timeline out there where they made an Old Republic movie. Oh man, how do I get to it? How do I change my timeline?
I have used not pick.
Yeah, I agree, I think Finn probably should have been the main character. That's kind of the way that it was marketed. If you think back to when The Force Awakens was first, like when it was just trailers and stuff, they kind of made it out as if Finn would be the Jedi character. And then it ended up being Rey instead.
I should contact the Alliance. Our forces could finish this in a matter of hours.
I'll bet they would. But we can't risk long-range comms. Jedi might pick it up. They hear a message like that, they'll clear out before we can do any real damage. Sure would be nice to see a real assault force, though.
I guess nobody should just call for reinforcements ever, then, in that case. The downfall of Finn needs to be studied.
No, is that United?
I think everybody got hyped with the Falcon in the trailer. Even I did. Even I did. The music, the visuals. Hey, appreciate the follow there, Hells. Thank you, thank you. No, we have to defeat them. Okay, that's one.
Close one there.
The mission did not update. Defeat Geonosian ambush at the shuttle. Have I bugged it? I think I've bugged it.
You really got some moves.
Oh, never mind.
I'm not sure these Geonosians are all that Melora makes them out to be.
I'd love to watch you give her some feedback. Let's see now. Okay. Got him! That's Brax all right. Let's get moving.
What do you guys think to Ursus, anyways?
With our combined strength,
Do you like Ursus as a planet?
end this destructive conflict and bring order to the galaxy.
Hey, appreciate that raid. Couldn't quite see your name there because it was cut off on my screen for some reason, but I appreciate the raid nonetheless. Thank you, thank you.
Brax, ready?
Late to the party, what do you mean by finale? They're not going to shut down the servers, right? No, they're not shutting down servers or anything like that. It's just tomorrow is going to be the story finale for the current expansion. An expansion that's been going on for nearly, well, just over 4 years actually. So it's very much anticipated. And while the game itself is not shutting down, of course, the devs have kind of alluded towards this story being not necessarily an end, but a beginning to something new. So there is something interesting about it that we have to find out. But how many Geonosians is there? Too many. It's an alright planet, your favourite because we get Ken back. Gonna keep my eyes peeled then for tomorrow. Do it. Do it, do it. Geonosians with force speed? Could you imagine? Ooh, is there even a Geonosian Jedi? That's interesting.
Moff Pyron was afraid your squad's talent would...
Nothing on... Only thing wasn't either...
Just finished Jedi Shadow storyline. Thought I'd drop by and keep the Swtor vibe going. Hell yeah. Appreciate you dropping in. A 4-hour shutdown on servers was said. Yeah, there'll be a 4-hour patch time. Give or take an hour. Depending on how it goes. This way.
Aye, aye.
Oh, he was talking about the devs. Force speed on the story. I mean, as long as it's good. As long as the quality is there. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I was a little annoyed that only the Republic faction gets the nice city. It's one of the best farming locations for nerds as well. Onderon in the city. In Isis. Not gonna lie, it would have been nice for them to have designed it around the original KOTOR game, like how it looked. That would have been really cool. But they redesigned the whole thing, which is fair enough, whatever. But it would have been cool to see something very inspired. Missed opportunities. Gonna lurk, been streaming a while for the Empire. Hey, no problem. Oh, is it you that hosted me, Saber Darkly? Fair enough, man. Oh, I remember this. Used a macro binoculars, okay. And not scan it when I'm this close to it.
Never expected to find real working farms here. Wonder how they're managing to grow anything in soil this bad.
I didn't take you for a farmer.
More of a gardener. Flowers, mainly.
You're joking.
Keep that sunny disposition. I might even send you a few.
Korriban stronghold, yep. Seems weird that they still haven't done that.
Wonder where they found soil reclamators that could handle a job like this. Jedi must have brought a few engineers along.
Okay. So that's part of the bonus mission.
Is it weird that this is making me hungry?
Is it weird that this is making me hungry? Yes, it is weird. See anything from here? This is Ursus.
Starting to pick up a lot of chatter on the Jedi channels. Looks like it's coming from the other side of the farm. Let's check over there.
Yeah, Ursus is the world where the first Jedi Temple was built, I think. Or the first Jedi Library, perhaps? Hey, what's up behind me? How many characters do you actually play for endgame content, expansions, and stories? Well, for stories, I mean, I've completed all the original class stories. But in terms of like playing through all of the newer story and the expansion that comes out, I really try to keep it to a minimal amount of characters, like between 3 and 4 probably. In terms of endgame content, though, I play a lot of characters. So when it's not the story, I play this character, this character, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Any that's level 80, so I've got quite a few at the minute. About 6, 7 maybe. Add a couple of more for other servers as well. Sometimes I go to another server. Very rare I do that, but it does happen. You can't use this right now. What do you mean? But there are no Republic forces. Did it glitch? Did it seriously glitch just because I logged out? Well, let's reset the phase. For endgame content, that's nice to have that many characters, but for actual story, I can't really imagine doing it on more than like 3 or 4 without getting bored. Yeah, that's why I try to keep it to a minimal myself. It's much easier to go through all of the original class storylines than it is to play through all of the expansion story content with the same amount of characters, if that makes sense. Hey, appreciate the sub to the channel. Thank you, thank you.
Can you open it?
If the, let's go.
I didn't order any supply drop. I don't like this. Not one bit. It's a trick. Another distraction. Something sent by a rival. Someone trying to undermine the operation. I won't fall for it.
So you're not just stupid, but paranoid too.
Only a fool assumes no one wants them dead. No one is going to open this pod. No one is going to touch this pod. The operation is well underway.
Your super soldiers are out of control.
A minor setback that I have already overcome. I have formulated a mutative virus that will alter the Geonosians' olfactory membranes and adrenal cortices, making them susceptible to pheromone interventions. We need only infect the Geonosian queen and her 6 broodmates with my custom viral strains. That will spread the changes throughout their population. Of course, accessing the queen's chambers will be a challenge. Suicidal even, if her 3 bodyguard drones aren't killed first. No! Impossible! You died!
I am Darth Malgus. I speak with the full power of the Sith Empire, and I am in command now. You. I wasn't expecting you to be a part of this operation. I trust you share our goal. The complete eradication of all Jedi on this planet.
It will be an honor to fight by your side again.
Unexpected words from the one who cast me to my death. But I accept them. Too much time has been wasted already. We will begin by blinding and silencing our enemy. Who is the ranking military officer?
Here,
I think it does. It does level sync you.
Ready?
Sorry, I got really immersed in that cutscene. It's a cool cutscene. Bat will follow her down that hole. He should have said that. Oh, am I going this way? Yeah, we're level synced down to 70 at the moment. Oh, it's a Bootsy. What new meta is this streaming story? To be fair, most of my streams these days are story content. Although we did some raiding the other night on Saturday.
Tunnel route is confirmed.
Is Malgus the guy from Knights of the Old Republic? No. No, it's not. It's Adki, by the way. Ah, nice. I'm glad you said so, because I would never have known your different name. How you doing, Adki? Yeah, you were probably thinking of Darth Malak. Darth Malak looks a bit different. You doing good? Nice. Good to hear. How is the family doing, Aki? If I remember right, you have a son. How's everything going? I appreciate the follow there. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Forgot how relaxing it could be watching someone else's game. Yeah. You know, when I was a little bit younger, I never really used to watch streams. But now I do. I find myself watching quite a lot of people stream these days. You know, even just for something to play, like while I'm going to sleep or something, I can quite happily do it. I don't know, Meat Puppet. 49 years might be too soon. Oh really? Your son does nightmare operations now? Damn. You know, I can remember from so long ago, Aki, when we were playing on Tatooine in the old guild, Dark 5, and I think you let your son come and play your game for a bit, and he must have been really young at the time, still learning the game, and I had a duel with him on Tatooine, and I remember letting him win because he was so young. He's just a kid. Good times, man. Good times.
First you, now Malgus. This planet's turned into a real hotspot for the big to-dos. Should have worn my dressier armor.
Did you know Malgus was alive?
Nah. There were always people saying he was, but I never gave him much credence. They said he was the new Empire's wrath. A shadowy monster out killing all the traitors and cowards. So brush your teeth and eat your vegetables. That kind of stuff. Guess it was true after all.
He was the new Empire's wrath, a shadowy monster out killing all the traitors and cowards. Have there been any new updates to the fate of the Old Republic? Not as far as I know. Not as far as I know. Don't kill me. Nice.
Real pity, seeing Melora go down like that.
I would have expected you to be
Close one
glad
there.
she's not in charge anymore.
I am, most definitely. Just seems a waste. When we kill each other, we do the enemy's job for them. Gotta be a better way to run things.
See? Major Anri gets it. Major Anri would be down for the rule of 2. It stops all the infighting. Dead in its tracks. Can I get this without being spotted?
Raven to nest. Blackout complete.
Yes, I can. No, I can't.
Spotters ID'd some enemy forces near your position.
They might try to shut down the jammers.
Good thing I've got you to back me up. Raven to nest. We'll handle them. Raven out.
He was 10, now he's 22? Damn. Time flies, man. Time flies. You have no hope for Mass Effect 5? Will it be called Mass Effect 5, or do you think they'll restart it at just Mass Effect?
Electronets! We've got to keep moving or we'll get pinned down and burnt to a crisp! He's running a targeting calculation. Disrupt it, or we'll be swimming in missiles.
been 10 years since you streamed it regularly. Should get back on it, man.
Looks like you can shut their sensors down from there. I'm gonna do a quick sweep. See if you can't find a copy of their.
Hey, what's up, Shendism? How you doing? Birdface, are we playing the new update together tomorrow, Sam?
I'm now infiltrating the jet.
Can we play it together? What did you want to do? Did you want to, like, try and join my story phase and go through it together? I don't know if it would let you join the story phase if you haven't progressed it yourself yet. I don't know. We might have to test that. You're all caught up. Very good. Fair enough, Aki. Fair enough. Honk Burvis, hello there. How you doing? I don't need to go. Just going back to the taxi. It'd be nice to get Dark 5 back up though. Do you still have the guild? Does it still exist? Oh, nice. Does anybody from the old gang still play? Yes, I am on Darth Malgus. So that could become a barrier. Swtor finale? Yeah, tomorrow. Story finale. Sadeko and Jin. I don't remember those names, unfortunately. I'm not sure I can remember any names from Dark 5, to be fair. It was so long ago. So long ago. Hey, what's up, Exodus? How you doing? And Wooded, hello there. Era finale. That's probably a better way of putting it, actually. They were two of the original, because they were 5 of us that set it up. Yeah, I remember it being 5, like, founding members that made up the Dark 5.
Come on, it's not
Daily reminder, you are terrible and will go nowhere on me.
Moving out.
Everybody needs an Andy in their life. How you doing, Andy? I'm doing good, man. I'm just gonna catch my Imperial Agent up on some of the story. I don't know if I'm gonna get all the way through it tonight, but I can make a dent. Just vibing. Sweet. I wonder if Malgus could do this on his own. Go on, Malgus. You got this. Hey, you know, it's not doing too bad. Yeah, he didn't do terrible there, did he?
Let's begin.
Till he wasn't. Could have tossed him a few heals. What do you mean? He was fine. I mean, I thought he was going to die much quicker. Therefore, he did okay in my book. He nearly killed the gold, the elite. Nearly. I'm getting stuck, man. Just trying to walk around and I'm getting stuck. Seriously. We will not speak of this. I did not put Malgus back on heal. That is the only reason that happened. We will never again speak of this. You will forget this. It never happened. It happened. Yeah, Malgus probably would be a good tank, to be honest. God damn it. Yeah, we can set him to tank if you want. See what happens. Oh, I should heal up faster. You knew he was going to pull extra. Yeah, I saw him do it and I was like, come on. Really? Oh, damn. That was a solid one there. Yeah, they made a new heroic 4+. or Heroic 4 rather, on Dantooine, which I was quite surprised by, because I feel like we haven't seen one of those in a long time. But yeah, on the new Dantooine area, there is a Heroic 4.
Jedi Master Nostural.
Darth Malgus, alive and well. This explains the sudden shift to more aggressive tactics against us. And you must be the commander of the Alliance. Ultimate destroyer of the Sith Emperor. A story I would have loved to document. A pity that two such influential leaders would waste their potential by traveling here just to burn some old books and kill an old man.
No one has to die here. Surrender.
History will not remember me as the one who surrendered to evil without a fight. Let's find out if you can live up to your respective legends.
So be it. Jedi.
Such a familiar line. Wonder where I heard it
We
before.
are all shaped by the choices of our past.
Nostural is a master of mind tricks. Do not let yourself be deceived.
The power of the dark side is a lie. Story isn't over yet.
These are illusions, nothing more. These are illusions, nothing more.
Ben Salo. Darth Jadis. Tenebrae. Dozens of others I could never confirm. It seems I'll be meeting my fate in distinguished company.
Left to me, this library will be your grave, Jedi. But your fate is in the Commander's hands.
Anyone else see Malgus's lightsaber going through my head just then? His literal blade was in my skull. It's crazy. An overdue book from Nostral. Yeah, he'd probably be pretty angry about it. Shows up to your door, acting like Stewie from Family Guy when Brian owes him money. Like, where's my book, man? And starts beating the crap out of you with the Force. Alright, what do we do, chat? Let him live? Kill him. What do we do? Gonna let him live, do you, Birdface? Filthy alien. Dark side. Live the alien? What does that mean? Live the alien? Live the alien? Unalive the alien? He is your colleague.
I'd say you have the right idea. Kill him before he bores us to death with another lecture.
We finished here. Rally the surviving troops outside.
Yes, my lord.
This pleased you? Very good.
Fighters.
They're attacking the camp.
Major, all troops, return to base at once.
Why are we going to the building that's literally being bombarded? What is the tactical decision here? Makes you sad.
Our losses, Major.
We lost a lot of equipment, some gear and supplies, several of our troops stationed on lookout, but it could have been much, much worse.
Ooh, should we flirt with Major Annery?
If you ever need my help again, I'm all yours.
Well, I just may. Farewell.
Disobeys you and sabotages missions. True. True. I wonder if it makes a difference to Romancer, though.
My lord, incoming broadcast from Empress Asina.
Malgus.
Welcome back, Cephas.
I'm told you've completed your task in customarily ruthless fashion.
We have slain countless Jedi, including the overseer of this colony, Nostural. His loss will cut our enemies deeply.
Impressive work indeed. But I've learned of an equally fascinating opportunity. Though it appears to have escaped your notice, the Jedi successfully raised numerous crops on that dead planet. Whatever techniques they applied there could have been seized and applied to generate plentiful food for our troops in this time of severe shortages. Fortunately, the Alliance commander was more attentive and captured the data from the Jedi computers. Well done, Commander. You've ensured a strong Imperial military for years to come.
Why, he's still second in the live chat.
And what of the remaining
Looks like you and
Your
Mystified are
mission
going to be
on Oasis is
fighting.
over. Return to me at once. Commander.
Fair enough, Andy.
I can't understand why you're willing to be another one of Asina's servants.
You should hope that you never do. Today, we began a war. One that I've already fought twice. Twice our empire has set the galaxy ablaze. Twice we have tried to burn away the hypocrisies and weaknesses of the Republic and their Jedi. Twice we have failed.
That's not true. You won the first time
We
around.
must not fail again, Commander. For there is precious little tinder left to keep our fire burning. Farewell.
What did she do to him? Cena secretly a succubus. No, she indoctrinated him with what we believe to be cybernetics. Am I meant to have Malgus as a companion still? I still have Malgus as a companion. Why is he still here? We finished. Cool. I have a Darth Malgus companion. I am now the coolest person in the game. Can I go to the Imperial fleet with him? Oh, that's going to be so cool if I can. You can craft his mask? Hell yeah. The rebreather. No!
Wait a minute. How did this happen? We're smarter than this.
Apparently not.
I can't believe this. It's outrageous. It's unfair. It's never been done in the history of the Jedi. I can't believe this. We were this close. We were on the verge of greatness. God damn. Well, that sucks. We had him just on Ursus. What if you go back to the planet? Where is Ursus on the map? Nope. Doesn't let me. Someone do the Vader no meme.
We seem
Internal security, unfortunate.
We should coordinate your efforts with Sith intelligence. They could be helpful.
I'll contact Darth Zarian at once.
My assets have brought in solid intel from all of the major battles along the front.
My people until there we've ever.
You've been a huge help to our alliance, Baywan. Thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you for taking a chance on me.
Nothing,
all right.
We've had lucky for
Good to... I'd like to say a few words before we end the meeting.
Yes, Commander.
I want to thank you all for standing by me. We've survived so much, overcome so much. That was only possible because of all of you. The galaxy is as chaotic as ever. But if we stand by one another, we'll find our way through.
You can count on us. There was one final matter for you. Lord
The moving
Izar, a
doors.
representative...
We do only what's needed to win. I want security and prosperity for the Empire. not the total destruction of the Republic.
Then we're on the same page. I'm glad we could talk. I'll catch you later.
Yeah, they've reused it a lot of times, to the point where you can really tell in conversations where they've spliced it together, because the tone is just different.
Greetings, Commander. So good of you to contact me.
How can I help you exactly?
I serve within the Imperial Outreach Division. Specifically, I seek out opportunities to inspire Darth this.
What do you
tell we shall and our nuggets?
As if it wants to charge me 120 credits to go to the fleet. I'll just use my fleet pass, thank you very much. Except for those that can't.
Perfect timing, Commander. Darth Krovos is just finishing up. Follow me.
I take it you like Krovos.
I can sense the strength in each and every one of you. The passion for victory, and the power to achieve it. At the muzzles of your blasters, at the points of your blades, our ancient enemies shall finally be destroyed. For the Empire! We meet again. Zasha and her family send their regards. With your alliance fighting alongside the Empire, victory is within our grasp.
Congratulations on joining the Dark Council.
Thank you. I hope to serve our Empire as ably as you have. They're all yours.
Darth Krovos spoke the truth. Victory over the Republic is inevitable. The Republic is weak and cowardly. They will never be able to stand against us. You are soldiers of the Sith Empire, the greatest army to ever march across the galaxy. You will board your ships, take up your weapons, charge into the heat of battle, and win. For the Sith Empire!
To your ships!
Well done, Commander. Simple and to the point, like a fine weapon.
A bit simplistic, perhaps, but clearly effective.
I appreciate your time, Commander. I look forward to working with you again someday soon.
Yeah, I don't mind Darth Krovos, but she is starting to become a little bit more of a rival than she is an ally. At least to my Sith Inquisitor. Which I don't mind, you know, this is the Sith Empire after all. But that means I'm going to keep an eye on her. Browser game adverts. Sorry about any ads, guys.
Escort 1 to Overlord, scanning for hostiles now.
Not today, scum. Escort 1 to Overlord. Spring the trap.
sound is low. Is that better?
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Another kill, and another step closer to victory. Let's regroup.
Commander.
Algus.
Your assistance with the 38th Fleet's operations has been exemplary. But I am now recalling them for a special assignment. Empress Asina invites you to join a special meeting of the Dark Council aboard Viken space dock. We will discuss the details of the operation there. Few outside of the Sith have ever been invited to such a meeting. Such is our respect for your strength.
I'm honored to be invited. I'll set a course for Viken space dock right away.
We await your...
Based on the technical readouts Zarian has acquired, I assure you it is entirely possible. Perhaps it is even a conservative estimate.
Malgus, Krovos, your plan for destroying this facility?
By securing our frontline positions and withdrawing all but the most crucial warships, we have formed an assault armada of unrivaled size and power.
Under our command, this mighty fleet will burn the Republic's new shipyard to ash, and destroy any hope of victory that might remain among their people.
Is the shipyard your only target? Do you have plans for the rest of the planet?
We may pursue additional targets of opportunity, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We have gathered enough fuel ships to carry our fleet to Corellia without stopping. Our enemies are in no such position. The Republic will scramble reinforcements from all corners of the galaxy. Wherever they stop to resupply, we must disable or destroy them.
We have already identified one likely refueling point for the Republic ships. The planet Onderon.
Conveniently, I am already engaged in operations to undermine Republic control of that planet. However, my forces are meager, to say the least. But with the aid of the Alliance and its commander, I am confident that I can successfully delay any Republic reinforcements that pass by.
Your predecessor wasn't the most focused ally. I hope you do better.
I'm confident that we'll work well together.
Excellent. Keep your spies in place, Zarian. We must know everything about the shipyard and its defenses. Anathel, Varon, be ready to provide any assistance that Malgus or Krovos should request. This operation is the Empire's top priority.
Understood.
My logistical networks are entirely at their disposal, Empress.
Then this meeting is complete.
Commander, fancy meeting you here. Nah, we're head.
I've missed you since Ossus. How have you been?
Same old, same old.
You're never gonna bow to her? Fair enough.
Good Lord.
Just gonna make a couple of different decisions in this one. I'm only really gonna let the interesting stuff play out as well, because I've seen all this already. All bootlickers. Only a damn fighter on the council. Yep. Yep. Every time you attend a Dark Council meeting, there's always new people. I guess there is. This time it was Darth Savik.
Welcome to Onderon. This is the Royal Hunting Lodge of King Petra,
Yeah, Mech Shah's
current
after
ruler
this.
of the planet.
Onderon has been a Republic planet for centuries. Not that Petrov cares, he just wants to sell his planet's resources to anyone willing to pay.
Which is where the Empire comes in.
Exactly. Petrev's greed makes him an easy target for
Petrov still... Of course.
He is king. You know, being here just really makes me want to play Knights of the Old Republic. Which I'm very much considering, I'm not gonna lie. How would you guys feel about playing some Knights of the Old Republic? I'll tell you what, I'm just going to be right back anyways. But I may consider switching to Knights of the Old Republic. Which one? Probably 2? Yeah, probably 2. I have returned. Is he being electrocuted, having a seizure, or a bee in his armor? He's clearly having a panic attack. You know, I think I might actually just wrap it up though. To be honest, maybe do some Swtor tomorrow once we're done with the update, or before actually, because there is downtime, so we could play some Knights of the Old Republic first. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan to me. Hey, what's up, BC? Sorry you're tuning in as we're about to end things, actually. Hope you're doing good there, man. The devs want something fun? Add breakdancing. Yeah, I think more expressive emotes in general would be a good thing. Just don't attach them to the cash shop, right? Not everything needs to be on the cash shop. It's really annoying when they do that. Really annoying. Yeah. But I digress. Anyways, I'm gonna get going. Yeah, Swtor tomorrow. We're gonna play some, I think. As long as I'm streaming before the update happens, we can play some Swtor beforehand. Yeah, does sound like a plan. Anyways, thanks guys for hanging out tonight. And I will see you tomorrow when the update drops. It's going to be good. Make sure you're there for it. Have a good night. I'll see you guys later.